Today, you presented a plan for restructuring the Lake Borgne Basin levee district to deal with financial problems. Can you talk a little bit about what that means?
Sure. As we've discussed at numerous other meetings, Lake Borgne Basin Levee District has been expending more monies than have been coming in under our current revenue stream. And so we had to find a way to stop that bleeding, so to speak. We've already gone to the taxpayers here in St. Bernard Parish on 2 occasions to look for getting additional revenues through increasing taxes. Both those propositions failed, and so we find ourselves in a situation now where we have to balance our expenditures based upon our current revenue stream, and in order to do that, it's going to require some significant cuts at that levee district, and those cuts are also going to require some restructuring of the levee district operations in particular. And to determine how we wanted to set the district up in order to fulfill our obligations to stay within the revenue stream that we collect, we're basically going to have to prioritize the operations based upon risk. And we've determined that the highest risks are associated with failures in the federal levee systems, that being the hurricane protection levee system as well as the Mississippi River levee. And so we're going to devote a significant amount of resources to making sure that we try to keep those, at least in the short term, up to snuff and able to perform if we have an event. That means that we're going to have to cut services when it comes to interior drainage. And so the plan that we presented today basically outlines that. It shows that we are going to have a significant reduction in the number of employees that work within the drainage department. Several of those employees will be transferred into levees operations, and we're going through a layoff avoidance plan now, where we've frozen the salaries of all the employees at the district, and then offering some incentives for retirement to some of the employees that are eligible for retirement now. We're also trying to find places if we have layoffs and people want to try to find jobs doing a similar type of work, particularly in pump station drainage. We've talked to some of the other parishes that have pump stations, made them aware of the situation that we might have people available to help them out in case they have a problem with hiring individuals. So we'll be steering some of our employees that perhaps have to leave in that direction as well.
And what does this mean in terms of the operation of the drainage pumps in St. Bernard Parish?
Well, it's 2 things. First of all, the way that we've currently been operating for many years, at least since the 1990s, we've been doing a pretty robust preventive maintenance program at the drainage pump stations. And so at the major stations, most of the major stations, we've been manning those 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's both for having someone there to immediately start the pumps when the rain starts, but also to do all the preventive maintenance items that have to be done, keeping up with, changing the lubricants and just general maintenance on all the equipment. And so without having people there, on a 24/7 basis, that robust preventive maintenance program is not going to be quite so robust. And so we're going to have to move people around during the course of a day from station to station in order to do as much of that preventive maintenance as we can. And then, of course, the other issues are going to be revolving around how quickly we can react to a rain event. And so as we stand today, the major stations are manned, so if the rain starts, we can immediately start the pumps. As we implement this plan over the course of the next 6 months to a year, there are going to be less people at those stations on a regular basis. And so we will have to then stop our levee operations crew from doing some of the work that they're doing, transfer some of those people temporarily over to the pump stations in order to continue the pumping operations during the rain event. And that's about the best plan that we can come up with so far.